Hello and welcome to Blytheway Business News. For this edition, I'm joined by Bo Stensgaard. Bo is Chief Executive of Bluejay Mining. Bluejay, listed in London on the AIM market, but also in Frankfurt and the New York OTC market. In London has a ticker of JAY and a market capitalization today of around £107 million sterling. Bo, welcome back on the program. Also, congratulations, because you've just announced really amazing news about the development at the Disko Operation in Greenland. Some very high-profile investors or joint venture partners. We'll come to those in a moment. But first of all, can you give us the headlines on the joint venture agreement?
Yes, thank you, Tim, and thank you with the congratulations. Yes, it is really exciting times for Bluejay, and this JV is transformative for Bluejay. Basically, the JV agreement is with a perfect matched, strong partner that supplement the Bluejay expertise and our capacities. Cobalt will earn 51% of the project through a two-stage earn-in commitment, which is centered around advanced evaluation of drill targets and drilling activities. While Bluejay remains a full partner in the project by retaining the ability to actually self-fund and maintain a 49% ownership through all the way through to production. And you seldom see a similar possibility to really maintain that level of ownership in a JV, something that we are extremely happy about, and it provides external public investors with an opportunity to investing alongside a private investment entity of this magnitude. So really great.
So, and the private investment entity we're talking about is, of course, Cobalt, backed by people like Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, Michael Bloomberg, very big names. They've been using big data to scour the world looking for the best possible mining projects to drive the electric vehicle green revolution. They've picked you. Now, what does that say about the potential for Disko in Greenland? And what does Cobalt's involvement and expertise, what does it mean for your development?
Yeah, well, as said, the JV agreement really bring in a strong partner to the Disko project. And as you're saying, not only is sort of world-famous names here, but it's really also backed up by, and this is notable, right? It's climate, energy, and technology funds that are created by these innovators and investors, the most renowned innovators and investors of our time here. These funds have realized that critical metals are needed to sustain and drive the electrification and the green transition to meet the climate change. Cobalt metals represent a vehicle for that. They see, or they are set out to seek and identify some of the most promising targets to meet that demand. And there is a belief here in the Disko project. It's ticking all boxes and represents a potential at scales that you seldom see. But yeah, one thing is sort of the financial strengths here, but the disruptive and innovative technology in the form of machine learning and algorithms that are developed through unmatched Silicon Valley expertise by Cobalt is a perfect match for this project. We have a wealth of data, a wealth of work that already have been carried out at Disko, and it's just sort of needing this technology to sort of bring it into the next phase here and bring it into drilling. So in addition to this, it is also sort of, you should also notice that the Cobalt metals have a geological generic expertise on a mineralizing system, with the most notable for the Disko project being Dr. Peter Lightfoot, a well-recognized, successful mine finder who formerly had been working at Disko with Falconbridge in the 90s, but sort of left an unfinished story there. So Cobalt's unmatched capabilities, together with our local geological and technical expertise, our profile, our network into Greenland, and their operational and logistical expertise on the high ESG standards, is a perfect match for progress in Disko here.
You've brought in these JV partners, men of fabulous wealth and presumably very smart investors in their own right. And they're looking at Bluejay. And with respect to Bluejay, you know, your market cap of £107 million, in their terms, you are a small company in their terms. How significant, how important for the mining industry is it, do you think, that people like this look at junior exploration companies like Bluejay? How significant is it for the future of mining?
It's very important for the future of mining. What a junior like Bluejay can bring in is the local expertise, the local know-how, the local network, and the operational and logistical capabilities, and being agile here. This is especially important when you're dealing with remote areas like in Greenland, where you have to respect and adapt to the local operational environment for your activities. In the case of Disko, we have always realized that the sheer scales and the potential for identifying very large mineralizing system, actually potentially multi-ore body district here, means that, or meant that we had to bring in a partner with strong financial capability. But also, in my opinion, what you get with Cobalt is a company that actually come with another background from what you normally would see. This is not a traditional mineral resource company. Cobalt is an agile and disruptive entity that have been given an objective from the Climate and Energy and Technology Funds to find sustainable and ethical produced sources of critical metals that are needed to meet the climate challenges, and also to sustain the green transition and the related developments.
Okay, so they're looking for green metals, green minerals. Can you just remind us, because we've been talking about how significant Disko is for the green revolution. What is it you've actually got underground at Disko? Which metals, minerals do you have there?
Well, at Disko, we have a suite here of nickel, copper, cobalt, platinum group metals. And if you're looking at sort of the transition into green energy and battery metals and so on, you need nickel, you need the cobalt and so on. And on top of this, if you want to electrify and build up a grid here and the infrastructure, well, then you need the copper for the wiring and transporting of the electricity. So look, it really circle back to also meeting and handling the climate challenges. And this will put an unmanned or unmatched demand to the metals that I just mentioned, nickel, the copper, the cobalt, and so on, that the world have never seen. And the Disko project could play a big role in this and provide a new sustainable high ESG standard source for these metals.
Before I let you go, Bo, we must just talk about the other key asset you have in Greenland, which is the Dundas project. Obviously, we're very excited the last 24 hours about Disko. How will the developments at Disko fit into Bluejay's overall strategy in Greenland, and what does that mean for the delivery of production at Dundas?
Well, the Disko project fits very nicely into sort of also the progressing of the Dundas project. And actually, the Dundas project is not affected by the Disko project and the JV agreement as such and so on. If it is anything, it's actually positive sort of affected. We are still progressing and advancing on the project financing discussion with banks and export agencies. Such a process takes time and needs to go through sort of rigorous steps. But we're very confident that we are getting a very nice setup for the project financing in place here. Dundas is still a primary focus for us, and the delivery of the JV agreement and bringing in a partner on Disko is also along that strategy. So we are still advancing Dundas. That is very much our focus here.
Bo, well, thanks for joining us today. That was Bo Stensgaard, Chief Executive of Bluejay, who this week have announced the joint venture with Cobalt. Cobalt, which, as we said, has the backing of such luminaries as Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, Michael Bloomberg, and Jack Ma. And if you want to find Bluejay, you can invest in them on the AIM market, the Frankfurt Stock Exchange, or the New York over-the-counter market. That's it from Blytheway Business News for this edition. Thanks for watching.